Graphing sine and cosine. So sine curve, the independent variable is the x-axis. That could be degrees or radians, okay, on the unit circle. The dependent variable is the y-axis. The y will be the length of each triangle on the unit circle, the y length, okay. The cosine curve is the independent variable, still the x-axis, and that's degree or radian measures on the unit circle. The dependent variable is the y-axis. Sometimes people get confused about this, all right, but because they say, well, isn't cosine x? Well, yeah, but we're going to use those x values as the dependent variable because we're using the degrees and radians as the independent. A couple other items of note here that we haven't really talked about yet. The domain, okay, is negative infinity, okay, to infinity, because we can keep going around as many times as we want. And the range of your most basic sine curve is -1 included to 1 included. Same thing here. Domain is negative infinity, okay, whoops, to infinity. And the range for cosine is -1 included to 1. So it's just some items of note. Moving on here, so sine qualities, the shortcut, the phrase, or the order of points that you need to remember for sine is that it always starts at an intercept. Okay, it goes to a max, comes down to an intercept, it goes to a min, and comes back to an intercept. Okay, those maxes and mins are always equidistant, okay, from the center axis. Okay, and it does keep going forever, but those are the 5 points in the 5-point graphing method for the next video that you're going to need to know, and you need to memorize that pattern for sine. It becomes important when we start talking about word problems as well to know which curve is going to be best to represent the word problem we're talking about. Cosine starts at a max, goes to an intercept, then a min, back to an intercept, and finishes at a max. So the cosine curve looks a lot like the sine curve, okay, shifted though, right? So imagine if we, continued this cosine curve back to the next intercept, right? If I look at that, then that's right there nothing more than a sine curve, okay? But I'm talking about cosine, which starts at a max. And here's some items of note, okay? I'm not going to read through them to you, but this is the things that you need to know for the 5-point graphing method. So you want to jot that stuff down. And sine or cosine are interchangeable here. Oops. Yeah.